I bought my wife some flowers yesterday. It wasn't her birthday. It wasn't our wedding anniversary, and I'm writing this in the middle of March, so Valentine's Day has long since passed. I bought her flowers not because of some arbitrary date on the calendar, and not because a greetings card company suggested that I should. I bought them because she's the love of my life. 365 days a year, and she has been for almost 40 years now. Later today, I'm going to call a couple of my friends for a bit of a catch up and to make sure they're okay. There's nothing to suggest that they're not, but you never know with these things. But I'll do that today, not because a day has been set aside for mental health awareness, but because it's a nice thing to do. It's a right thing to do. When I venture to the shops a bit later today, I'm planning to be nice to everyone, but in particular to any women I run into. I don't have an ulterior motive. I don't believe them to be the weaker sex, and no one has told me that I should do this today. I was just raised to respect women. I'll also make a point of being nice to anyone of a different ethnicity to me. Not because I think their lives matter more or less than anyone else's, not because we're currently celebrating their specific history this month. As I said, I was raised right. Today, I will almost certainly think about my mum and dad, my best friend, and my father in law, all of whom are sadly no longer with us. It's not any of their birthdays, nor is it the anniversary of their passing. I'll remember them purely because I miss them and because there is a hole in my life where they once belonged. While I'm about it, I'm going to be thinking about Mick Collins, Ken Cresswell, Chris Huxtable, and John Shaw, the four men needlessly killed at the Didcot A power station more than 9 years ago. I'll be thinking of their families too. Not because this is the anniversary of their death, not because it's any of their birthdays, and certainly not because the Thames Valley Police has finally got around to concluding its investigation. I'll do likewise for John McKay and Tommy Williams, the two workers killed in a demolition accident at Redcar in 2019. I'll remember them and I'll honour them just because it's the right thing to do, today and every day. Now, I know what you're thinking. That is a lot of virtue signalling. A whole year of worthiness crammed into a single public statement. You're entitled to your opinion, of course, and maybe you're right to think that. But that was most certainly not the intention. I can just see no reason why love, respect, or grief should be consigned to a single day. And I can see even less reason if that day has been ascribed by some outside force or organisation. Who are they to tell me when to love my wife, to care for my friends, to respect others, or to miss those that we've lost? Love, respect, care, and bereavement are not a coat that you wear from time to time or that you can push to the back of your closet. They're a tattoo. They're permanent, or at least they should be. Of course, we live in an age in which we display our affection for people like we display what we had for lunch, a fleeting social media post. That's not about the love of someone else. That's about seeking public acknowledgement for yourself. And this pattern isn't exclusive to personal relationships. It infects every single corner of society. World Mental Health Day arrives, and companies churn out their predictable LinkedIn posts about raising awareness, as if the other 364 days aren't spent grinding employees into the ground. Black History Month comes and goes with a handful of carefully curated social media tributes before businesses promptly forget black contributions the moment the calendar flips. International Women's Day came and went in a flurry of hashtags and empty corporate slogans, while boardrooms are overwhelmingly male and many sites remain toxic for any women brave enough to work on them. These dates were meant to remind us of values we should hold every single day. Instead, they've become excuses, loopholes for people and corporations to avoid doing the real work of change. A grand performance once a year that allows them to ignore their ongoing failures the rest of the time. It's a transactional, performative approach to morality. Post the right message, buy the right gift, say the right words, and you're absolved of responsibility until the next appointed occasion. This is what happens when awareness becomes a commodity, when love, respect, and basic human decency are treated as seasonal promotions rather than core values. We've turned meaningful action into an annual spectacle, a cheap parade of public virtue signalling designed to soothe guilty consciences without requiring any real change. Here's the absolute truth. If you need a specific date to remind you to be a decent human being, You've already failed. Love shouldn't be a performance reserved for anniversaries. Mental health shouldn't be a passing trend acknowledged once a year. Respect for women should not be a marketing opportunity every March. The worth and dignity of black individuals should not be confined to a designated 28 days. If you care, prove it every day in the ways that matter. Otherwise, save me the speeches. The world already has enough well-timed gestures and not nearly enough substance. So, with all that being said, I'm off to eat an Easter egg in front of a Christmas tree, not because of peer pressure or because it's seasonally appropriate, just because I feel like it.